I was just so happy. I was like, bro, let's go to the top. Let's go watch Joey. Let's just go watch Joey kill it, bro, because he's doing it. And then come to find out, I'm watching the rehearsal. I'm like, is that Joey doing the solo? Oh, that is Joe. Like, me and Andrew, the first 20 minutes is me and Andrew just looking at each other going, no, I think that's him. I think that's him. And so we come to find out this is you doing like the lead, like the whole like screamer shake solo up top. Like it was insane, bro. So question about that. How do you get the solo and how do you hop on lead?
Bro, I had been a lead trumpet player like since like after Guardians. I'd always been able to like play high, but I didn't figure out how to play lead until like after that summer. And it was when I was a lead trumpet for jazz band. I got thrown on Spain and I was like, dub G's, I can't play no dub G's. Like, this is crazy. Yeah. And then he like moved me down partials and I got so mad about it. Like, trust me, this story is gonna like this story is gonna like help you like understand getting that solo. I was so mad I got moved down partials and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna prove this my band director wrong. I bought like a Bobby Shoe mouthpiece on Amazon, like had it like express delivered. I got it. I was like, all right, it's time to play high. And I couldn't, and I was there for like 15 minutes and I couldn't play high and I was getting so mad. I was just like, it got to a point where I was just getting so mad that I just like played super angry through my horn and eventually like the fattest F's and like G's came out and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And that's where I figured out how to play lead. Now going 5 years into the future, I had been playing lead for the camps. And like some of the vets at the camps that I was sitting next to, they're just like, "Damn, you're loud." I'm like, "Thanks." I was just like, I'm just doing my thing, you know. I'm just playing my part to the best I can. And I was sending video assignments on upper split lead. Come March camp, they're like, "All right, we're gonna set the line because it was like T1 through T24. That's how the order of the arc is gonna be set." And I think it's like top 4 trumpets are the upper split leads, or is like how we understand who will be upper split and bottom split. And that camp, they put me on T4 in the arc, so that meant I was going to be playing upper lead. So I was like, okay, bet. I'm excited. So that camp, I had heard that solo like in February camp. Patrick Newman, shout out Patrick. There's the screamer soloist in the ballad and the ballad in 22. Fantastic trumpet player. He's so good. He was playing it in February, and I was just like, dude, I want to play that solo. That solo sounds cool. And he was skipping March camp because it was in Texas, so it's just going to be like harder for him to travel. Yeah. So for that camp, I was like, okay, I'm going to prepare it. Like I'm going to learn it so that way, like the arrangers can like hear it played because the person who was playing it, Patrick, wasn't at the camps. It was like we hadn't played it like that Friday or Saturday. That's when we finally added the solo in. Jerry L was playing it at first. We split it. He was just like, Joey, you play really loud G's. I'm going to play the shake part and you play the G. And I was like, okay. But like I had never like taken a crack at it in front of the horn line. I was so I was so nervous. I was just like I was just like, oh, here we go. And then I play like a super loud G. And then we finished the rep, and then I just like I just went on about my business. Just another rep, and Chip Crosseye brass caption head. Love Chip. He just
shout out Chip.
Over. He's just like, "That's a pretty loud G."
But it's you.
He's like, "That's a pretty loud G." He's like, "We're gonna have some competition for that." And it's just like, okay. And then April camp, I played it again, and they're all just like, God damn, Joey, how you play that so loud? I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I'm just playing.
I'm just doing it.
So come all days when we like move into University of Wyoming, me and Patrick have been switching off of it for a while. We were like, when are they going to figure it out? Like we were just having like friendly competition. We weren't just like, it wasn't toxic. We were just like having fun with it. Because like we'd switch off and we'd be like, damn, he played it loud. Damn, he played it loud. You know, it was really fun. And we were just like, okay, they're like, we were just like, okay, they're going to figure out who's going to play it.
Who's doing it? Yeah.
We had already staged that part of the show. And during that part, I was like jazz running and marching. And Patrick was standing still and had a part where he would move. So we're just like, they better like figure out who's going to play it because like they're going to have to like restage everything. And they're going to have to pull him out and put him on a prop. And then we're just like, okay, we're running out of our first show is like in a week and a half.
It's happening.
Like, we got to figure it out. And Jay Murphy is like the head visual designer of the Blue Devils. Older guy, but like he doesn't really say anything. He's like, I want to pick his brain apart. Yeah, he doesn't say much. He just drinks Mountain Dew, just watches us like this. He's just looking at us. And then like Jamie Holly will pick his brain apart, then like actually stage what's happening.
Yeah.
And Chip was like, okay, so at this part we're having this like trumpet solo, and he showed him the trumpet solo. He's just like, okay, so we're gonna have. Is there a way we can just like pull him out? You know, have him like go on a proper in front of the horn line. And Jay's just like, I'm not gonna pull someone out for a G. What's wrong with you? And I was just like,
so how are we doing this?
but Patrick, for like the first part of the solo, he was like standing still, so he would be able to play it standing still, no problem. I, on the other hand, was freaking jazz running like through a diag, a very tight diag. I thought I was gonna have to like switch spots. So one day we had been like practicing in that form, like just mark time, and Chip was just like, "All right, Joey, you play the solo this time." I'm like, "Okay," because we were just like normally doing the normal switch offs, and he was just like, "On the move this time," and I'm like, "Wait, like I'm jazz running this part." He looked at me, he's just like, "So what?" And I'm like, I'm jazz running. How do you think I'm gonna be able to play this? And he's just like, okay, Patrick, play it. And then like going back,
that would piss me off. That would piss me off, bro.
Going back to when I got moved down parts in back in high school. That moment where I got so angry and I was just like, I looked at Chip. I'm like, okay, bet. I was like, let's do the rep. And then I did it. I played that part, shaking like jazz running on the move. I just heard like I passed Patrick in that part, and I could just hear him like mid rep, just like laughing, and then everyone was just like, "Did Joey just do that?" And I was like, "Did I just do that?" I was like so confused. Come a couple more days, we're still switching off. We're like, "Hey, you have a show in like 3 days."
It's happening,
and we were like, we still didn't know, and we were in that tower part at the end of the opener where we had that choreography during the drum break. I was talking to a mellophone player she was 17. She was so talented. She was telling me, she was like, "Joe, I'm not gonna lie, you're like one of the best lead players I've ever heard." I'm like, "Thanks," but I guess I don't have a solo. And like right after that, they called me up. They're like, "Where's Joey?" And I'm like, I raised my hand. They're like, "You got to go get mic'd up." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And that's when I finally figured out that I had a solo for that part.
Oh my god, dude! That's an awesome story, by the way. I'm glad it wasn't just like, February camp, but kind of just played, and they're like, "It's you." Like, no, that took like a whole like thing. That's so cool. That's insane. But you mentioned,
I really preferred it if I was standing on a prop. It would have been so much easier. Like,
but if you go, everyone's got to go watch Joey's GoPro run from this past season up on YouTube. Got to go watch that part to see how hard that part was. I mean, watching it over and over, I was like, how the hell does he do that? You got to go watch it. It's insane. It goes hard.
I was like pretty spot on, not spot on, but I was like pretty consistent about it. I think my worst I wish I could have back was actually finals day. I didn't think my G on finals was that good. I think
like the encore one or the
encore one was terrible, bro. dude,
I was gonna say,
dude, encore. If that was a question, honestly I don't really care because it's encore run. I don't care. We already run anyway.
Who cares,
dude? It was our third run of the day because we do a run through before the show. We did the show and an encore. My face was done. That was the end of the summer. Like I had nothing left. And we're the encore, and I completely bricked it. I was like, damn. Oh well.
Like I already won
on finals day. The finals run, my face was like starting to give out. If I was like on a prop standing still, it would have been a lot easier. I think I pushed myself a little bit too much. I played it in rehearsal. I was playing like every note in the show because I wasn't gonna not play notes. I was gonna play all my book and my solo, and it didn't come out as good on finals day. I think flow marching makes it sound worse than it actually was, but I don't think a lot of people think it was that bad. But maybe it's just
it wasn't. It sounded great.
I think for my standard, I was just like, I've played that so much better. But
I get that. I get that.
That's the only one I wish I had back.